Hibiscus tea, yes. Hibiscus
Yeah,
flower.
yeah.
I didn't know. I went blank.
Yeah, Jamaica. Yeah, I sell some. So I run a company and we work with independent farms around the world, usually just with tea. So tea comes from one particular plant called Camellia sinensis. But as I've built up a network of business buyers, so these are tea shops and restaurants, hotels, just tea brands, and they demand something like uh, hibiscus. We start developing those supply chains as well. So we work with the farm in Malawi, Africa, and we get some dried tea flower from them. It's nice. It's really nice. Actually, it's quite tart.
Yes, it's very good for a summer drink on a hot day when it's iced
Yeah,
and a little bit of sugar.
yeah. I take that to Burning Man. Actually, we'll like sun brew it. Just have like a big
Oh
glass
yes,
jar.
yes.
Yeah, leave that out on top of the car all day, and then the next day you have like a nice, refreshing drink.
That actually gives me some ideas because for like when we go back to the burn, as like take one of those big 5 gallon jugs, just sun brew it, and then throw a bunch of ice in it, a bag of ice on it, and
Yep,
then just kind of hand it out to whoever wants to chill in your lounge or whatever.
exactly.
And it's so light to carry. And then once you're done and over, you let the leave the flour dry up and just burn it off.
Well,
And it's no
actually,
waste.
if it's a good quality leaf, if it's a good quality, not leaf, but if it's good quality flour, you can actually eat the flour, and it's a really nice meat replacement.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. One of my clients, they're a Taiwanese restaurant here in town in Vegas. I'm in Vegas, and they brew the Jamaica for their aguas frescas. They make drinks with it, and then the
Yeah.
spent flour, the chef will replace. He can replace it in any of their dishes. So any of their dishes, you can get vegan. They just replace the pork. They usually make this like braised pork dish. They replace the pork with that flour. So when he's like stir frying it in the pan, he just throws the flour in, and if the flour is good, it has like a giving texture, and some bite to it, on the texture. So it's like jackfruit. People like to use jackfruit, but it's springy, which is something like maybe some mushrooms can be like that, but it's very unique. Um, yeah, you should
Okay.
try that next time.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. Well, thank you
It's a good question,
for
Ubi.
that. So a tea doesn't have to be. I mean, a tea. Uh, I guess to be considered a tea, does it have to come from the tea leaf, or just like something like you seep and the ions or whatever get released, like the hibiscus flower in this case? Would that be considered a tea or not?
Jeremy, why don't you answer that? I want to hear your answer.
Setting me up. Um, I guess in order to be tea, it has to be the ascenicis leaf. If not,
If they were
it's a
field
tea
cushions,
stem.
then there'd be like, oh yeah, a motivation for everybody to go there.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
coming.
I'm somebody.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
go ahead,
it's just a
finish, Jeremy.
misnomer. People just, I guess, use this translation of that word, I guess, wrong when they say something. Something is a tea when it doesn't come from the tea leaf.
Yeah, yeah. So it's always a challenge for us. Like tea people, we're like obsessed with tea, and so we want to respect tea, and we want to correct people when they call something that's not a tea. But then at the same time, like there is some really important historical context of why we call chamomile tea or why we call hibiscus tea or whatever we're infusing. Is because we didn't have a tea culture. This is mostly an American thing. You go to other places and they don't tea is they'll call it like an herbal or they'll call it a flower, but they won't call it tea because they know the difference. It's like only here in the States that we don't really know that difference because we threw out tea culture when we threw out the tea on the Boston Harbor. You know what I mean? Like that tea culture represented something that we were trying to separate ourselves from. But now that people travel freely around the world and interact with other cultures, there has been this like new interest in tea and wanting to study tea. So it's just vocabulary. Modern vocabulary calls anything infused in hot water tea. So it's okay. It's not like it's wrong. It's just if you want to be more educated, then you're welcome to explore that if you like.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Some people are really sensitive to it. I'm mildly sensitive to it, but I was watching a live stream the other day, and the streamer was like playing some music, and he was drinking some. I think he was the nettle tea. There's some nettle tea. He was like, "Oh no, it's not nettle tea. It's nettle herbal infusion." And I was so excited when I heard him say that. Like I commented, I'm like, "Thank you so much for calling it an herbal infusion and not a tea." And he totally like read that in the comments. There was like 500 people in the room all commenting, and he saw my comment among all the others, and he stopped his stream and was like, he started cracking up. He was like, "Oh my God, there's a tea expert here that." And he said the reason why he knew about it was because one of his friends is currently studying tea, and she was telling him that her tea teacher told her about that. So it's cool, like the education is spreading, which is awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
One cup at a time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for the tea talk. I'm gonna go ahead and explore the playa. So thank you, and I'll see you guys around.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Big virtual hug.
Virtual hugs.
We got lots of fuzzy hugs in here today too.
It's true. It's true. There's a lot of fuzz, and then you just add hugs.
Yeah.
But we won't
Actually,
call
yeah.
it the tea. That's for sure.
Fuzzy hugs. Yeah, how you feeling on time? You wanna check out some other spots before you get back to the books?
Yeah. Probably explore a little bit. It was nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you
Yeah.
too.
Have a beautiful
Thanks.
day, guys.
Thanks for hosting, and good to see you again, Sam. Not cooking dinner this time.
Yeah.
I hope the dinner was delicious. I trust that it was.
I appreciate not having to cook when I get home. It's amazing.
Awesome. All right, thanks so much. I'll tell everyone about Tea House because this is one of the happening spots in Topia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Later.
Later.
This is one of the happening
Yeah.
spots.
We are the happening spot at the burn.
Well, I heard that there's some other cool stuff going on, mostly in like the VR, the BRC VR. There's a lot of activity there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I've also heard the feedback that even though the graphics and kind of the user experience is kind of cooler, they say that it's more intuitive here, and that like they're experiencing a lot more deeper connections through here than the other spots.
Yeah, I that's kind of the vibe that I've gotten as well, is people just appreciate the simplicity of Topia.
Yeah. Yeah. There's very little you have to learn once you get in here.
Right. It's very, very accessible. Nothing to install.
Yeah.
You just have to be using a specific browser.
Which browser is the best?
It only works in Chrome.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's not hard. I think most people.
Yeah, I mean it's also like the most popular browser in the world. So.
Yeah.
What's up, Jeremy? How you doing?
All right.
Getting some nicer weather now?
No. Oh, look, I can sit down.
Yeah.
If you on the left side of your screen, there's a plus. There's like a magnifying glass with a plus sign. That'll make all the videos bigger.
Yeah.
Should we go
Okay.
for a little walk?
Yeah. Why don't we? Let's go check out the tea state the like Om Shanti that I built over to the right.
Okay. Show us the way, Sam.
Jeremy, come walk with us.
Oh, it's so comfortable over there.
All the
Alright.
bikes made a really nice groove for you to sit in.
This is so cool. Oh, someone's there.
Oh, somebody else is wearing hers. Jeremy, join us.
Hello, Joe is going off on the Reverbian.
Oh, are you serious? Cholo Joe is here? Hell yeah.
Yeah, quite a little editing director here, a little bit, just a little bit. It's fun.
I know, I haven't figured out. I forgot the freaking bridge, and so I had to kind of like fill some space.
Oh, where's Kayla?
But the bridge is like, let's get together and we'll celebrate. It's time for us to create permaculture paradise sites all across the land. Yeah, plant some trees, plant some seeds, dig in the dirt with our hands. Anyway, I forgot that part, and so it's a new song, so whatever. Just yeah.
It was flowing the whole time.
It looks like the
I
Feelings
think-
Parade is here.
Feelings Parade is here. Let's get him in the house.
And then we've got our lovely porta potties down here at the bottom.
I did the dial
open
mic today while we were playing, and I called Feelings Parade,
If you get hot, there's
and they came. Thank you. And they're right now. They're in New York, right? New York.
it's the porta potty
Sacramento,
that actually
baby.
flushes?
Yeah.
They're in New York. New York Pizza in Sacramento.
That's where we
They
are.
call Sacramento the New York of Sacramento.
Oh, the echo on the
It's 'cause
video
you
is
see his
rough.
face and your hat.
Yeah, it's not my hat.
I
But
don't know. The
I'm
echo
wearing
doesn't
it.
sound that bad.
That's my punchline. Joey, are you gonna stick around for a little bit, or you gotta go?
I'll stick around.
Yeah, stick around. Let's hear a song from now that Feelings Parade is here. We might as well just sink them their teeth right into a song to sing. Here at Burning Man, if you can see Joey's picture.
Wow.
Burning Man looks
Hey,
like.
so Sam, did you just set up
So, all
a
right, Feelings
user
Parade. Let's do a Feelings
and then
Parade
are
song.
just like
Great.
And,
share screening
those
their
kind of parade feelings.
Zoom,
Joey has a picture,
their
kind of
stream?
a picture of her kind of almost.
Yeah,
like
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the so we?
So
came
I can do
in
that for
during
Spacey. I'm
Joey's-
totally
like,
gonna do it
a
for
little
him
curious
for his
about what
next
the
stream.
vibe
Yeah.
is and, like,
I'm gonna tell
Their
him.
audio is tied to one of the assets.
humor.
Oh, I see. And then the video is.
Well, if it's about
Is just on my second computer.
You know,
I see.
we do sometimes.
I see.
Sometimes we do talk about it.
The vibe is
Talk
just
about.
And then
Chill.
if you come down
Cool.
here by the porta
Technology.
Like
potties,
that? All right.
Yeah, let's go to the porta
But
potties.
whenever we do bring up COVID, we have to say that it's really sad that we're all going through it.
Oh my gosh.
I want to go to a porta potty that actually flushes, though. That's pretty epic.
Oh, it's flushing again. So
It's not true.
and then we got IT down here.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
Sam, you've been having a lot of fun, huh?
I've been having a good time. Yeah, I've been trying to make it so it's like more entertaining for people that are like wandering around and just like discovering stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, are you actually seeing like a structure? Because to me, it's just like a white screen.
You're just getting
There's
white.
nothing. It's just all white. I don't see.
Oh, you got to
Any-
refresh your page, Karen.
Sam, I found you.
Yay!
Jeremy, refresh.
Yeah, refresh and come back and find us. Yeah.
What's up, Karen?
Hey, I just downloaded the latest operating system, so I'm not in ancient technology land, and now it's working.
Yay!
So
Elise, Karen is. Elise, this is Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Karen's another one of the servers at the center,
Oh, sweet.
and she helped get us placed in Sparkleverse,
Nice. Thank you for that.
which has driven a lot of traffic our direction.
Yeah, for sure it is.
Let me go. I'm gonna go find Jeremy because
Okay.
he might be lost.
Okay.
Are you at home right now, or are you at a tea house?
I'm in a tea room. Yeah. Yeah, let's move
Where
out
are you?
of I'm gonna move out of the this music over here. I'm gonna move into this purple room by this table over here.
Okay, and I meant physically.
I hear Cello
I
Joe's
don't
down
know,
there.
to the front row.
Oh, Kayla's here.
No, is no longer on screen.
Hi.
Yeah, Karen, I'm in Vegas in my tea room in Vegas.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. So Kayla, yeah, I can take you to Cello Joe. He's up here. We have a stage over here. I don't know, Karen, if you've seen the stage, but there's a little performance happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep poking around.
He's like, follow me. Hold on.
That's so funny. I was like, oh, Kayla, Cello Joe's here.
I was in a talk on fascia, neuroscience and fascia.
Oh, someone else is performing. But if you watch this, this is the stream that they're playing at Center Camp. We're playing it here.
That's the truth.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. There's so many layers of like rebroadcasting little stuff.
Or let it move.
I made my own camp.
Yeah.
And I was curious about how to put like a live stream on there.
Yeah, so this is what Sam did. I'll tell you. Here's Sam right here. But what he did is he put. We're like facing each other. Sam, he put the stage there, and then the character he's running a character from a separate computer that's like share screening the live stream, and then he attached the audio of the live stream to that stage.
Okay. I figured out how to do the audio. I haven't tried the video yet, but I also haven't found anything I'm trying to stream, so.
Basically, to do the video, you just use a second computer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't have that. But that's okay, because you guys do.
Elise, where did we lose Karen?
Oh, she said she was gonna wander around, but I told her we were coming up to this stage, so I'm sure
Cool. She'll find us.
she'll find us. Yeah.
That's funny.
Jeremy, are you seeing the graphics now?
Yeah.
Good. It makes a
I've
big
seen
difference.
See you guys later. This is awesome. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
Kayla.
Bye, Kayla. I knew that she'd trip out because yesterday she saw me streaming from here, but she was also watching Cello Joe from Center Stage. So she had to finish watching that before she came here to meet me. And she's like a huge Cello Joe fan. And so when we walked up to the Reverbia stage and Cello Joe was on, I was like, oh, Kayla, it's perfect.
I mean, this does actually feel like Burning Man, where it's just impossible to keep a group of people together. Right? Like, we're going to try and do something, and then it takes, you make it like 2 minutes, and then everybody's all split up. Even if it's just taking a walk around the block.
Yeah. Man, we should be tripping people out. Like, we could stream celebrities. We should, like, stream Cardi B in here and then tell everybody, you wouldn't believe it, Cardi B's in our tea house.
You know, that new song WAP is like really, really fire.
Yeah, it's a good song, but you know, and on so many different levels, it's bringing up so many interesting conversations.
Yeah, I just think the beat is fat.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder who produced it. Because Cardi
I
B
don't know.
doesn't produce her own stuff, does she?
I doubt it,
Yeah,
but I don't know. Maybe.
maybe. Let's
Jeremy,
see.
do you know? You gotta unmute yourself by clicking on your video.
Okay. Do I know what?
Do you know if Cardi B produces her own music?
I don't.
So the beat for WAP by Bickenhead producers Io and Keys.
Ooh, I know those guys
Yep.
or girls.
Is it girls?
I don't know.
Bickenhead producers.
I don't
Io and
actually know who
Keys.
they are. Chipmunk got balls.
He hasn't rolled in watermelon, so he needs to be safe for.
So what's up? What's up, Jeremy? How you been?
All right. This is interesting. I was actually at a craft store earlier today,
Fun.
and I was actually looking for tinsel.
Did you find it?
I found no. It's just like these reflective plastic white and red strips was the closest thing they have.
Yeah.
But I did find, I guess on Sam's request, a bunch of googly eyes.
Yes.
Yay!
And all the Christmas stuff was half off, so I have a whole bunch of stickers of snowflakes.
Okay.
Perfect.
So let's see. Just give the beard a little character.
There we go.
Perfect.
Can we make Jeremy a presenter, please?
Oh yeah, I can definitely make Jeremy a presenter. Boom. Now we can full screen Jeremy.
All right. I want to see what's going on here.
Let's see. Where should we line it up?
Yes.
This is perfect.
Aww.
What? Oh, wait, that's not a big enough piece.
This is Jeremy. It's like you're a natural born burner.
Oh, definitely.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wait, they're not aligned.
That's okay. They're googly eyes.
Yeah, is that the point?
Yes.
There we go.
Now you're gonna be confused, and you're gonna like try to pour your teacup upside down into your mouth.
Oh, wait. That's what we need. We need a mouth.
No,
Wait.
you have one.
You need a nose.
No.
You need a nose.
It needs to be almost better, like the little creatures living in there.
I mean, you might be able to figure out a way to just like flip your video upside down.
Yes.
That's definitely something that OBS would allow for, but
You are right.
Yeah, honestly, this when you go to the craft store, you get some pretty cool stuff.
I have a craft room that is pretty much a craft store.
did you go to Hobby Lobby?
Yes. I ended up at Hobby Lobby, so now you have little snowflakes. But these are the best things I found. I got a whole bunch. It's there's little gnome figures.
Oh, nice.
Actually got a whole sheet of them.
Oh my goodness.
So I need one here. There we go.
Perfect.
Wow. Make sure you take some really good pictures.
There's so much more potential now that I let it grow out this long.
You could do that. You could braid it into two.
See, I was always thinking. I said the least I have to do is get it long enough so I could braid it. But now this is more fun.
Your eyes are hanging in there pretty well.
Yeah, I don't want to put anything too strong. You see, it's painter's tape. That's not bad.
Yeah, every time you turn your head, the eyes move.
Yeah. See, I only have the little screen. Can I make my screen? Oh, that helps. Oh, wait, where's?
I don't think you can make your own screen bigger.
Yeah, no, I got it. I'm gonna. Do I need more snowflakes?
Yeah, you want to make sure it's like balanced, right? I think I got like a really good seat on this cushion. Sometimes I'm like playing here and I'm trying to like sit myself down on a cushion and it doesn't calculate right. I think I got a really nice.
You're very much in the center.
Yeah. Oh.
Here. Sure.
It's like those memes of like the gifs that you need to stop on, like when the image is going across the shape.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are called. I don't know what that's called. But we should make one
There we
for
go.
tea. We should make a nice one for tea. Like
Yeah.
someone,
We some of the other tea rooms have like some tea making sounds. So like one of the other tea rooms has a water kettle
yeah.
that you'll hear, and then another one's got like some of like the glass clinking and stuff like that, just to give a little bit of ambiance.
So
But, yeah.
I could make like a fake version of myself within here that could just be like running a playlist of YouTube videos of my streams from before.
Yeah, you could just leave your Topi in here streaming videos of you talking.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll do that. It's a good idea.
And then somebody's gonna come in and try and talk to you, and you're just gonna like be a jerk and not respond.
Oh, that's gonna be so cool. I should have done that from day one, but that's cool. At least now I can do it, and then now I don't have to feel guilty about not being here.
Oh, don't feel guilty about not spending enough time in here. You've been doing a great job. We've been having a good time, and it's fun. Like we're starting to see there's a few people that I've seen like every day now.
Yeah, that's
There we
one
go.
thing I noticed. People are coming back. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I had to try something.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
So yeah.
Oh, someone's coming.
Oh, Mads is here. What's up, Mads? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. You're here for the tea party? Welcome.
Thank
Would
you.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
All right, give me your cup. All right, we got this. We got
Okay, I'll let it speak for a moment.
All righty,
This is fun.
here we go.
Oh,
Ready?
yeah.
All right.
Perfect. Oh my goodness.
Hold on,
What an
okay.
experience.
Careful, it's hot.
Yeah, I almost burned my lip. I'll just give it a moment.
Oh, this good. Hi, Mads. It's nice to meet you. I'm Elise.
Hi, Elise. I can tell there's Elise, a Sam, and a Hannah, and a Jeremy. Nice to meet you all.
Yes. Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Los Angeles, you all?
I'm in LA too.
Oh, neighbor.
No, I'm in Indiana.
Hi, neighbor.
Hi. And Elise is in Vegas.
Yep, I'm in Vegas.
Hi, neighbor. We're all the same distance nowadays, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all pretty close in Topia.
Is this your camp?
It is.
It's really nice. I like the setup that you've done to make this little world.
Oh, thank you. Where in LA are you?
East.
East LA. Okay, cool. I'm up in the San Fernando Valley.
Okay. Oh wow. Do not leave your home this weekend. It will be hot.
Yeah, we're the only plan to leave our home is to go to my parents' place, who has better air conditioning and a swimming pool.
I am planning on going to someplace hotter than where I live, but my mother also has better air conditioning than I. That is my air conditioning unit.
That's funny.
Oh. Elise, are you guys getting the heat wave this weekend too?
Oh, yeah. I was just saying
You got-
yesterday, I was like, oh, Vegas is starting to cool. I'm feeling it. At nighttime, it's getting cooler. But then, no, it's going to get super hot again. Bummer.
The other day, I went for an evening walk, and I was wearing something like this, and I was like, ooh, I need something with sleeves on. And then now, no.
Yeah, we had a good 5-day run of nice weather, where it wasn't stupid hot.
Yeah, it was. We went below 100 a couple days ago. It was nice.
A cold front.
Yeah. Definitely. Mads, how did you get here? Did you get here from the main Build-A-Burn, or?
Yeah, I was just wandering, and I was clicking on things until I saw that there was more than one person. Because I went one time into one of these spaces, and there was one person in there, and it was the person that was in the middle of building their space. And I was like, oh, maybe if there's only one person there, they might be building, so I should give them their space.
Oh, I'm sure they'd appreciate talking with you, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I go through and I click to see if there's people in any of the spaces. And the other day there was one person I went, and he was building his space, but me and him ended up having a very nice conversation, so it was cool. He's gonna do stand-up comedy on Friday night.
Ooh,
here?
And the arts, what's it called? I wrote it down. Well, it's the art something. It's
Is it right above Celestial Bodies?
Maybe, I don't know.
Cool. We have a new friend. I'm gonna go find him. I'll be right back.
All right.
When you enter, is it kind of gray, but as you walk up, it got more colorful?
Hi, Heartfelt.
Hello.
Hi, Heartfelt.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Have you guys been waiting for me?
Yeah.
We've been waiting a long time for you, but now that you're here, the party can start.
Yay! All right. What kind of tea are you serving today?
I've got a white tea going. Would you like a cup?
Oh, I would love a cup. Please fill me
All
up.
right.
It is absolutely delicious.
Here we go.
Oh. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's delicious. Wow. Where's that from?
This is from Nanwo Mountain in southwestern China.
Wow. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is that the purple white?
Definitely.
Cool. Yeah, it's a fun tea.
It's super yummy. Oh.
So are you guys all part of the camp?
We are now.
Hey.
Everybody's tea house.
I love it.
Yeah,
So-
Sam built this space.
Wow, very cool. That's beautiful.
But Sam, Jeremy, and I, for the past several months, have been meeting every Thursday to do an event called Tea Talks. We usually meet in Zoom, and then we also stream it, because we're all tea people. We're really into tea. And we'll talk about tea. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk a lot about, culture. And, especially with the relevant events going on in our community and the need to have those uncomfortable conversations around culture and colonization and all of that, because tea is very much intertwined with that story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I think it's interesting if it's beautiful, the culture of tea, and just kind of bringing that into I don't know, I suppose into the conversation, or it's just, that gathering to share tea and open up those topics. But yeah, I think that's something very beautiful. I met an artist just recently, and she had a beautiful project just centering around that concept, and it's called the Tea Bag Project. And she's based in Santa Fe, and people send her used tea bags from all over the world, and she creates art with it. And she uses it to create dialogues of peace, essentially. In his
I've heard of that. I don't remember who was telling me about it, but I definitely heard of that and know somebody who has sent her lots of tea bags.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I got to meet her a couple weeks ago, and she's amazing. It was so much fun.
Were you in
I
Santa
will.
Fe?
I should reach out to her and get her into Tokyo with us.
You should. Yeah. I think on Facebook, you can find her at the Tea Bag Project quite easily. So
I will look it up.
Sweet.
The Tea Bag Project.
Yeah.
That's what I need, another tab.
It's an interesting conversation because when you talk about tea bags and kind of the energy behind the tea that usually goes into tea bags, there's not a whole lot of peace there. It's so I wonder if those conversations are had too, which then says okay, so then we shouldn't buy and drink tea bags, but then we shouldn't throw them away, whatever already exists already. So then project of creating art out of it is pretty cool to bring that full circle.
Yeah.
But weren't you doing some research and found that tea bags are full, the actual bag itself is just microplastics?
Yeah, even the paper ones. Yeah, they have to have plastic integrated into the paper to make it stand in the hot water when you're brewing. And then also those silken tea bags, those are pure plastic. So you put that into boiling water and so we shouldn't be drinking it either. But then we shouldn't be just throwing them out. So making art from it is something that's possible too. But then, I'd be afraid if that art is encouraging people to buy more tea bags, to give her more tea bags, because then it's no, we don't want to create more demand for it.
In my clinic, I've replaced the last structure I bought the big thing of Lipton, and that's all gone, and it's all loose leaf tea and all the loose leaf tea holders and the little tiny French press and a water boiler. And you guys can drink tea, but you're gonna drink good tea.
Yeah. How has that transition been for your colleagues?
Honestly, they don't drink a ton unless it's in the winter, and then I'll offer to make it, and then they'll be really happy. But they're definitely a big coffee culture and the Keurig. So it's been a slow process, and even one of my aides used to work at Starbucks, and he doesn't like coffee, so he likes tea. But it has to have coffee mate creamer in it. It's like, at least you want to drink tea, but don't put coffee make creamer and
Maybe the tea needs it.
It doesn't. She's drinking like
I'm drinking.
like some of the pu'er that we get from Sohan.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
drinking Nanwa tea. Or Nanwa tea. And I'm preparing it, so so slowly working on the change, but like only one of them actually missed the Lipton.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, well, try this first. And then once they try it, they're like, oh, this is really sweet. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna tell you to drink much of junk.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's mostly that if they're just lazy. Like I want the Keurig to do it all, and I want to show up and it's already done for me. And so that's why I offer to make it. And then it's just like, okay. And then, but the problem is that like it gets cold because we're never like standing there.
Mm-hmm.
But some patients have gotten into it. A patient, or like I'll put some tea in like I'll brew the tea and put it in a to-go cup so they can drink it in between exercises and it stays hot. So
You guys should get branded tumblers, and everybody on the team gets their own tumbler.
It obviously ruins, because I know you're talking earlier about like the process of making tea, and obviously good tea doesn't deceive. But if it's like a environmental thing to look for, and people really just can't let go of their Keurig, there are actually like replaceable. There's actually like loose leaf attachments for like Keurigs that people can use. I had a roommate that had one of those.
there are, but I have
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I was like, she still used the plastic thing, but what happened was she moved in, and I was like, oh, I'll never use the Keurig because it like is awful for the planet. And she's like, I have this, and then she never used it, and I never used her Keurig at all.
I make it pretty easy because I have the little tiny French press. I have all the tea. First drawer has all the loose leaf tea. If you want, I have like the little tea Rex that you can just put in it, or I have the hot water boiler, so you don't have to say it's taking you a while. Or we have instant hot water that's hooked up directly to the water filter for the water cooler, so it's instant. It's like you have every single option. But they're mostly winter tea people, but it's definitely, I've gotten them to realize that Lipton is not a good idea. So I'll baby steps will take it.
What amuses me is that it's actually like surprisingly comparable from a cost standpoint to drink high quality loose leaf tea versus tea bags.
It really is.
That when you look at like the amount of tea that you can make out of an ounce of really good tea and the amount of tea that you make out of a box of tea bags, like it comes out to be fairly close to the same.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I deal with who just, the cost is way too much. But basically, you have to frame it in terms of price per ounce is probably the most expensive tea you'll ever buy, but price per cup, it actually might be the cheapest. Yep. Depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
I love your beard, Jeremy. It's got a smiley face.
I had the eyes earlier.
Jeremy's going to be popular out here in the multiverse.
The beard wants more tea, though.
No.
You can just use an empty cup, Jeremy. He keeps spilling tea onto his beard for the sake of comedy. Over and over.
So, is this the same tea group that's also in Sparkleverse?
We are placed in Sparkleverse, yes.
Okay. So I met the tea merchant, I think, the other day.
I've heard of the tea merchant. I haven't seen him. He hasn't been in here. And
Okay.
Elise is a tea merchant.
But I would never call myself.
But I wouldn't. But I don't think she calls herself the tea merchant.
Never.
Okay. Well, because they were talking about an immersive theater experience that they're doing through Zoom, I believe. But
oh, cool.
That sounds very Sparkleverse-y.
It's very Sparkleverse because we met on another experience that the co-reality group was doing, and it seemed like, and then he was sharing like what the tea house was doing over there, and it sounded like, you know, just something cool and zoomy and interesting, and yeah.
Neat. I'll have to check it out. The co-reality team, when it comes to like immersive shenanigans in a Zoom call, those guys win.
Yeah, it's interesting. I never knew Zoom could be so just spontaneous and weird.
Yeah, they commit hard and they do a really good job with it. I got to be I was a part of some of their earlier parties, and then it just kind of got to be, I didn't have the time to dedicate to it because I was also like helping out in the Topia side of things.
Yeah.
And I had to pick a universe.
Yeah. But I love it because Topia is like, I think from what I've seen, like it's just the most easy to interact and actually meet people and have, you know, those conversations. So good job.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's so cool. You can stumble up on people and hear like random bits of conversation as you're walking, just like if you were really at a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This conversation sounds cool. Let's be more involved in it. Oh.
And then you can decide to just keep walking.
Yes.
Someone did that yesterday. Somebody did that yesterday with my constitution.
I'm an introvert, so I often just like pull back. I'm like too much, and then I come back. So
yeah, but it's cool. Like you can kind of hang out on the side, and then move in when you're You're like, okay, this is time. It's or wait for people to pull you in.
Yep.
I don't know if you've done the multiverse one, which is like visually really interesting, but like to like talk to people, you end up just hearing everybody say hello for about 5 minutes, and then one person goes, "How are you?" and then silence.
Whoa!
Oh my god!
Yeah, I haven't actually gotten much time to explore the multiverse VR one. That is on the list for this evening, though, for sure.
Yeah, it's visually cool, and the great thing is it defaults to night. But if you want to see what it looks like during the day, you can just switch it. You don't need to go actually during daytime to see what it looks like during the day.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Burning Man's prettier at night, anyways.
It is, but it's easier to navigate to find the next thing to look through during the day. During the day, I'll put it to day mode to like get to someplace, and then I put it to night.
It takes all day to get somewhere.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good tip.
It would be nice to do that at Apple Burning Man, day mode to like to see where you're going, and then night mode once you get there.
Yeah. So with the multiverse VR, does that work with any VR headset, or does it have to be like the Oculus, or does anybody know?
I'm not 100% sure because I don't have a VR headset, but it has like a 2D mode.
Yeah.
It's all built in AltSpace, which is like the VR platform.
Oh, you're talking about VRC VR? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's the one that somebody was giving us a tour in here.
Yeah.
We had the ultimate multiverse experience the other day, where somebody came into Topia through our link in the Sparkleverse, and then gave us a screen shared tour of VRTVR.
Wow,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I got a VR headset, but like just like an inexpensive one that you put your phone into, and then I realized like it doesn't work for anything that they've done. So
the Dusty multiverse one I use on my phone, so you could probably use that on your headset.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that one's an iOS friendly or an Android friendly one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll get back on that one. Yeah, because and that like I've been on the phone a little bit, but it doesn't seem it's not interactive.
No, it's visually cool. But,
yeah.
And maybe like if you find a good DJ, you might just like have put your phone down while you're doing something around the house. But yeah. As I said, you say hello for 5 minutes and then no conversation happens.
Why is that? Does like everybody's audio connect and everybody waits for everybody to say hello?
Yeah, and you don't have to turn on your audio. So if you forget to turn on your audio for like the moment you enter other people, they might have already said hello and then written you off and turn off their audio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everybody's talking while muted.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, why is everyone so rude? They're not answering me.
Yeah, after like you move for a bit, it'll mute you, and then like once you arrive someplace, you're like, oh, I've said hello for 3 minutes to myself.
That's funny.
That's good.
Has anyone been involved in the Immersiverse? It was like a separate from Burning Man thing. It was an online festival. The first one was in March, and then they did one again in like late April or May, and then they just had another one.
I was part of their bicycle day one.
Cool. What was that? I didn't go to that one.
That was a lot of fun. It was very early on when people were still like just figuring out how to do it. So I mean, they had probably like 50 or 60 different Zoom rooms.
Yeah.
And just like there was lots of really cool stuff happening, for sure.
So it's like a main landing page, like a website, and then you scroll down and go to the different rooms, and each of them are like Zoom rooms. And I was in this game where like everybody had pen and paper, and we would all play games by like drawing and holding our pictures up.
Okay.
And it was just such a creative way of like playing with people during the beginning of the pandemic when we were all like, you know, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was so impressed with it.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed with this right now. And this is just crazy that we're talking about all these different ways of virtually interacting.
It didn't exist in March, or at least that we knew of.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Topia, that's about when they started development.
Right. Wow.
Well, are you aware of like No Proscenium? It's it usually is about like immersive theater over the last couple of years because VR has been getting more popular. They've had more VR, but just over the last couple months, it just has skyrocketed. So like immersive verse, like the Multiverse, like they have write-ups about that before it happens and things. So it's a pretty good source for learning about anything immersive, but especially like right now.
What is it called?
It's called No Proscenium or No Pro.
No. Okay. I don't know about this.
Do they talk about do they have a lot of events in LA?
I mean, right now, most of their events are digital. But yeah, they are the guy who writes it is based in LA, but they actually do stuff for people. I don't want to say the whole world because I don't know if they go outside of Europe, but I think that they like were ever given stuff for other continents, they would like post about it. But they mostly focus on like New York, LA, Chicago, and London.
Wow.
But but they have some stuff. Like I know they'll like post stuff about like when Meow Wolf, like any news about them and things like that. So anything immersive that they can find their information about, they post.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check those out. Thanks, guys.
I also remember the Immersiverse having the potato room.
Potato.
Yes, with the faces on it. That's what Jeremy's Beard reminded me of. One of the potatoes in Immersiverse that were all like animated heads.
And you go into the Zoom room, and it's just like this like monotone chanting potato, 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 potato. And everybody just comes into the room and like nobody knows what's happening, and people are just cracking up. It was hilarious.
Oh my god.
My favorite was the second one, and this guy was like escaped the Zoom room, and he had like a camera on his head, and we had to like instruct him, like walk forward, turn left, remove key from keyring, and we're like trying to solve these puzzles, and everybody's failing horribly, and there's like an assistant trying to guide us. And it's all these people talking over, like can't hear Zoom, like all the voices. But we did it, and it was incredible. He had to like get on his computer and log into the Immersiverse. So it was like our VR person went into the Immersiverse and like created this loop.
Oh, nice.
It was amazing. It was so meta.
Yeah.
God.
I'm gonna try to invite my friend to this tea house.
Yeah.
Yay.
There we go.
It's an easy enough link to
Yeah,
share.
it's so incredible, like what, yeah, kind of like how far we can go, what can be done, and that was, I mean, yeah, it was hard to, like, there was this like decision of diving into the burn this year, and then, you know, also like that feeling the absence of actually being on Playa, and I'm like, is it worth it, and is it going to make me miss it more nostalgic? But it's just, I think, if anything, showing, you know, what like all these brilliant minds out there like focused on creating these virtual worlds, like what's possible. And so I know that there's been a big learning curve for me. I live in South America in Colombia, and so everything is new, and I didn't even know what Zoom was until March. So it's just now hearing about like all, you know, that immersive theater can actually happen online and virtually, and just like all these ideas, it's so inspiring and exciting, and yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Mm.
Yeah, when I mentioned that we were doing Burning Man online, somebody was like, "Isn't that just sad?" It's like no, it's actually really we have a good time, and we're making the best with what we've got.
Yeah, it depends how like what you make of it, you know.
Yeah.
Right. And like for me, I look at the burn as like a place to go out and like create for no other purpose than because you can. So it was like when looking at building a space in here, it was like, yeah, I might as well. It'll be fun. Why not? Mm-hmm. And then being able to connect with people, it's like if you're going out to Burning Man to get your face melted off and do a whole bunch of drugs, then you're probably not going to have a good time at the online burn.
I mean, Shroom is up right now, though.
I'm sorry?
Shroom and acid usage is actually up right now during the last couple months, so it's a 50-50 with that.
Yeah.
They probably weren't waiting for the virtual burn to make that happen.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yes.
Yeah, so
there should be one of the worlds where you go inside and it just, you know, makes your face melt virtually. So, you know, that would be popular. Maybe there's like a mirror, and then like you look in the mirror and it's like you, and then your face starts melting. People would like that if that's what they're looking for. Oh look, it's Joe. Joe's burning with us. Yeah, it's Joe.
What's up, Joe?
That was an interesting experience. I wasn't sure what was going on, but I just like figured it out good.
Yeah, you gotta come closer to us. Come closer.
Walk closer.
Go down further?
Yeah, come closer to us.
Yeah. Come closer, digital avatar, Joe.
You gotta be in the tea room.
Okay, there we are.
There you go. Nice.
Wow.
And then if you put your cursor over your little man, there's a chair, and you click that chair, and you'll sit down on that cushion. There you go.
Oh,
cute.
But it looks like you missed.
I did a little bit. There we go.
He was in the paper.
This is super interesting. I haven't been following, so I have no idea what's going on. But
We're hanging out.
Welcome.
It's what we always do.
yeah, I think it was just it was like a journey to get here instead of just like, hey, Elise, let me in. You know?
Wait, so did you?
That's usually all I have to do.
Did you wander around the tea house and look for us until you found us?
Yeah, well, there was those little arrows that I finally saw that pointed. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I bet you that's people.
Yep. Sorry. You could
You
also
know, porta potties that flush.
you can zoom out the map by controlling or hitting Control minus.
Okay.
And then you can see the whole map if you do that.
Oh, check that out.
Duh.
Does that mean Quartz goes back in? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing. That is a great trick.
Yeah, that's one that they don't tell you about in any user manual.
Yeah, there's a plus and minus on the left-hand side that just didn't work for me. It wasn't going.
Well, it
in
makes
and
your
out.
videos. It makes the. Try it now. Try it now.
Yeah, that should adjust the size of the video connection.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, here.
Welcome to our Burning Man tea house, our tea camp.
This is sweet. Yeah, sure. So will this be like Burning Man specific? Will it like disappear after a while or what?
No, we're gonna leave it up. We're not gonna burn it down.
Sweet.
Yeah, so if you just wanted to use this link for meetings sometime, you could do that. You know, and
Okay.
just whoever you're sitting with, you know, is who you're talking with.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. I'm curious if anyone's thought about using this as like a teaching platform for all the kids that have to like go back to school.
Yeah, we had a teacher in here yesterday talking about wanting to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, with
And-
the founders.
With founders like Dylan and Daniel.
Yeah, he was chatting with Chris.
Okay. Cool.
And like we use this as a co-working space already. We've been using this as a co-working space since like April.
Wow.
And helping with a lot, and that's been helping them with a lot of their testing.
Nice.
The thing I was thinking about on that, so Chris was saying that you can make yourself a presenter, and then 35 people can watch your presentation, but only 11 people can connect like this, like how we're doing. Like it only connects you with the closest 11 people to you. So what I'm thinking is if you're a teacher and you're broadcasting your presentation to 35 people, and there's like these little subgroups of 11 people that are also able to share their audio and video with each other, like it's gonna be very possible for students to like dick around with each other, and the teacher can't see them because the teacher's only, you know.
Yeah.
True.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean that's no.
That's like part of the learning process, right? Like.
Because
Kids
to
are
be
like-
honest, my mom's a teacher and Google doesn't allow them to do the whole thing. She theoretically just says, I saw that to random students to make them think that they can see her.
Yeah. Hey Faith, yeah, you gotta come in closer and maybe turn off your Instagram. Faith is here now. You remember
Faith is
Faith?
here.
Sam and Hannah, you remember Faith, right?
I do.
Yeah, she's coming. She's joining
Hey,
us.
Faith.
Hi, Faith. Welcome to the tea
Is this
house.
being streamed somewhere?
What is that, Mads?
I thought you said something to turn off your Instagram. I said, is this being streamed somewhere?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the conversation's being streamed. Is that okay? Yeah, Faith, turn it off. Or here, I'll turn your audio off. There, it's good. Yeah, the conversation is being streamed. Just the conversation, not your video, not you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I do it every day, you know, with my tea community platform. this conversation, because there's lots of like knowledge. People are really into this. Like even just listening to it, they're really into learning about tea and learning about what people love about tea. You know, I don't know. It's a weird thing. People love it.
What's the account?
Tealet, Tealet. So that's how we all know each other. So Jeremy and Joe, we often connect through these streaming things, and learning from each other and sharing with each other. We're all like in the business of like educating about tea and selling tea. So that's outside of this, that's what we do in our interest in tea. But this is not that. This is not business. This is just us hanging out talking about why we love tea and drinking tea.
I mean, honestly, most of the time, that's just us hanging out talking about tea too. So.
and we like to call ourselves professionals at talking about it.
The level of professionalism in the tea world is great.
It's a welcome change. Don't worry.
Instagram account one more time.
Tealet, Tealet. Yeah, but the handles is usually Tealet T, Tealet Tea. But yeah.
Can we all pause for a sec and appreciate what the hell is going on with Jeremy's beard?
Yes.
Because I'm tripping. You got googly eyes in there.
I like the reflective tape. Good job.
Oh
Jeremy.
yeah.
I updated it so I had it on full screen
I
live.
got my little gnome.
I like the now.
You're all adorned, bro. That's awesome.
We talked about it last week, and Jeremy
Did my little
performed.
snowflake?
So the next thing you need to do is recruit all your tea hoes for your tea brothel.
There's lots of potential.
Yeah, there is. You should just spend the next few days just wandering around the multiverse recruiting. And then bring them back here for an event. Maybe we'll do like a Sunday kickback with the tea hoes.
Well, we already had two pretty epic beards in here earlier.
Was there? Were they
We already
adorned?
had two epic beards in the room earlier.
Were they adorned?
No,
Just
that's why
Jeremy.
Jeremy wins. But they were wanting to be as cool as and as epic as Jeremy. But Jeremy has the reflective tape, so anyway.
Yeah. Oh, he's got more. We're motivating him to work more.
Oh yeah.
The fuzzy hugs.
Faith, how are you
All
doing
right,
today?
guys. My tea friends, I'm going to wander off. It was nice to meet you all.
Thank you so much for coming.
Bye, Hope.
Have a wonderful rest of your burn. Bye-bye.
She's just gonna walk right through the wall. Doesn't even use the door.
Oh, man.
So,
Are we in a yurt right now? Is that what's going on?
yeah, we're in a yurt.
Okay.
Yep.
A plant-lined yurt.
Yep. So Joe, I think last time I saw you, you were getting ready for Sturgis to come to town.
Yes, I was.
How was the COVID train?
To be honest, I've interacted with like 10,000 people and didn't see nothing. So, and I haven't heard of much either. So, it's it was really refreshing to see that many people get together and just not worry about all the stuff. And it was like it inspired a big sense of unity. It was really nice like I said, it was refreshing to see that many people just be normal for as normal as Sturgis can be, but be normal for a while. But there haven't been. I mean, cases are going up and down. You never know with that. But there hasn't been like a big plague all of a sudden where everybody's sick. And so it went well. It did.
Good. I'm glad.
I feel like $1 million, so that's a plus.
So
Because you drink a lot of tea.
That has a lot to do with it. I drank a lot of herbs too. So yeah, like I pre-gamed it anyway. I was drinking elderberry syrup and echinacea tea and all sorts of immune boosting herbs beforehand. So
That's cool. You call it pre-gaming.
yeah, that's my version of pre-gaming. I'm not boring, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, this is Burning Man. Usually you say pre-game and they think it's like a handle of tequila or something.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's how most of my friends would use the word too, for sure.
Well, he was drinking that too. It was in the echinacea and elderberry.
Yeah, it was spiked echinacea. No, I was just chugging echinacea tincture. That's what it was. Just Everclear and echinacea.
Wow.
Everclear and echinacea. Might make the echinacea or Everclear taste better.
It's still pretty rough, I'm not going to lie. Some herbs do make tinctures pretty good.
So yeah, then you said that it was pretty peaceful and harmonic with Sturgis. Oh, you know what, Faith? That's what we were talking about. We were talking about Sturgis. Faith's gone there. This is my part I told you about her. She rode her bike. Tell us that story, Faith. That's a good story.
Is this the place where like there was a motorcycle where like 3% have gotten COVID?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
I hear you now. Yeah, sorry, I'm playing the video game. So, I'm also listening. I like to hear you guys talk. Yeah, I went to Sturgis with my family. We rode our motorcycles out there from Nevada to South Dakota. So that was really awesome. It was really great. Yeah.
But that was after you only had like how long have you ridden motorcycle prior to that trip?
Oh man, I just accidentally clicked this potion and I used it and I was about to sell it for some gold. So yeah, I had only rode the motorcycle for like 6 hours.
Oh wow.
And I was just learning the motorcycle with my family, and we were splitting lanes, and here I am just first learning the motorcycle, and they're like, okay, you've rode for 2 hours now. It's time to really get into it. You know, you really need to experience how to, actually ride. So after 6 hours, they're like, okay, we're actually going to Sturgis, so we really want you to go with us. And I was like, all right, it sounds great. At first I wasn't going to go, but then I agreed to it. And the first 100 miles was so difficult. I felt like ice cream falling off of my motorcycle. And I was like, I'm not going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it. But then my sister was like, you're going to make it. So we continued after that. And I just put headphones in, and I was like, it was so much easier with music. I could totally do a lot of miles with music. And on the way back, it was hard to get off the motorcycle. It was like I wanted to continue riding to California after going so many miles on the motorcycle, So yeah, it was a good time. We ran into rain too and got hit with needle-like water. It was a lot of fun. It was such a great trip.
How long were you out here?
We were out there for, I think, about a week, because we stayed in Deadwood. We stayed in Deadwood at a Holiday Inn there, and we would, ride the road to the little, festival that they were having and everything. Yeah. So
Boulder Canyon, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was really beautiful.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And the gangs were there and everything, and I'm kind of I wasn't really paying attention to that. But for me, I was actually reading a book out there. But they had the Hells Angels out there and everything, and that was interesting.
Yeah,
I guess I had one of them help me push my bike or something, and I was like, my dad was like, that's the Hells Angels, and he just helped you push your bike. I was like, okay, that's cool.
That's more like what they're like than what everybody says they're like.
Oh yeah.
Most of the AJ and most of just the bike games in general, they're really good people.
I've treated a lot of Hells Angels in my clinic, and most of them have been very courteous and very nice. Yep. I also know that I get a biased opinion. because I'm inflicting a lot of pain as a physical therapist. But at least all the ones that I've interacted with in my clinic have been very nice. Based on stories and tattoos, I might not want to interact with them a ton outside of it, but based on how they behaved in my clinic and how respectful they were in my clinic, despite me inflicting massive amounts of pain, it was pretty good experiences.
Yeah, that's most bikers for you in general. They're super nice people.
And at least for us, because I'm helping them get back on their bike and be able to lift up their bike and stuff like that, they appreciate the goal. But
yeah, I had no issues out there. There was a concert that they had that my sister and I went to, and that was really funny. It was a funny time, and it was good, and they still are pretty old school out there, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they definitely kept that.
Yeah. Yeah, that generation is still kind of controlling the whole event, They're definitely like the 50s, 60s, 70s generation,
Mm-hmm.
That's the music you see out there. That's the type of vibes you get out there,
Yeah.
It's like,
What was funny about the concert?
was it Hairball?
Because honestly, I don't remember a lot about it. I guess I've been filling my memory with different things at the moment, but the concert was just it was just really old school. There was a lot of leather, tons of leather, and it was very rowdy, but like a biker bar rowdy, I think there was a group getting married too, in their leathers. So, yeah, that's why it was a good time. It was interesting, for sure.
First biking experience.
Absolutely, yeah, totally. Riding on a motorcycle for that period of time is like, it's really something. And I really wanted a faster bike after that too, because mine wasn't, didn't seem fast enough for me. But
I had a friend who did a similar thing where he basically bought a bike, and the first thing he did was ride it across the country.
Yeah.
And it took him like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and he had a great time.
Yeah, I commend you for coming to Sturgis your first time, because that is it's super dangerous. I mean, there's so many people. We usually have at least a handful of fatalities. So I think we had 4 this year, 4 or 5.
Wow.
So
it didn't seem too dangerous to me, I guess, because I was with my family. But
fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know if we had that many people die last time, but yeah, everybody seemed pretty cordial. I guess I just wasn't around the danger. I wasn't drinking a lot, so
right.
Well, and that's I would imagine the fatalities are not murders. They're probably bike crashes.
Yes, they're bike crashes.
Yeah.
Bike crashes generally don't have good outcomes.
Right. Yeah, it's bike crashes due to basically recklessness, inexperience, and then alcohol. That's usually what.
I mean, that sounds like a great combination, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're basically describing Burning Man.
Yeah. There's no drugs at Burning Man, good drugs. Sturgis is just straight alcohol and boobs everywhere and meth. You know what I mean? But for the most part, it's not the same vibe. Granted, everybody's super nice. Don't get me wrong. For the most part, it's a good time, but it's definitely not the same vibes as a hippie festival of any sort. So
you got the alcohol,
I felt like there was
the meth versus acid.
Yeah.
I felt like there was a lot of food there too.
Yeah,
when I went, I primarily noticed people being affected more by the sun than by anything else.
The Midwestern sun is harsh.
The skin was leathery too with the leathers.
Yeah.
So yeah, but everybody was generally in a good mood. I recall.
Everybody was stoked to just be out doing something with
They had the whips on the bikes too, where they could, whip you if you got too close.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah,
one
it
of
was-
those, Faith. A whip.
Huh?
You need one of those whips. Just in life.
No, actually, that's not my style. I don't. I just use my foot if it comes to that. I'm being serious.
I just run right into them. Yeah.
Jeremy just gives them googly eyes with his beard.
I like Jeremy though.
Yeah, but seriously, would you really go near me?
I wasn't
You didn't know me.
If you didn't know me.
I wasn't paying attention, and you added some shit in there. What?
Look at him.
Dude, by tomorrow he's gonna be a full Christmas tree.
Yeah. I'm putting another gnome in.
Yeah. Oh man. Dude, if I'm ever walking around a festival and I see a dude with like Christmas ornaments in his beard, I'm just gonna know it's Jeremy right away.
That makes me very happy. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jeremy, if you go out to the burn, you just get one of those like strings of fairy lights and run it through there.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can just like hang the battery pack from your shirt. It's okay. Be good.
Yeah, that's what we need. How about this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh dear. He's taking it over the top.
You know, Jeremy, Topia actually works better for you than Zoom. I feel like your audio and your video are both better than they ever have been.
Yeah.
The video went out a few times, but it comes and goes. But there hasn't been no stuttering or no disconnecting, nothing like that.
And your comedy level is gold today. It is gold.
On point.
Yeah, you're running at 100% right now, bro.
Thank you.
So I just need more lights.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have like the fairy lights that'll be like a string that you'd have to string in, but I think they also have like small little like battery operated single lights. A lot of people use them at Burning Man because you can just easily attach them to your clothes.
Those little rice, they're like little rice lights.
Yeah, tiny little
That are on
lights.
the
Yeah.
string.
No, they don't
Yeah.
have a string. They're individual, so you can post them in individually, and each light has its own little small battery. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, and they're LEDs, so they're super bright, and they have different settings where you can make them flash, or you can strobe. That'd be cool if you had a strobe beard. So
I'm just thinking. I'm looking at my video here, and I'm like, gosh, I need to take a shower. I didn't take a shower yet. So here I am. I'm like, I'm the only one that's in the dark, and I'm like, oh, dude, like, I'm being that gamer person right now. I'm just like nerding out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a shower.
No, it's part of the Burning Man experience. You're not supposed to shower all week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only been doing. I've only been doing the baby wipe showering all week, so I'm feeling fresh.
Oh wow.
So how big is this thing? Like
how big?
Yeah. Like
how big is the tea house, or how big is Burning Man?
No, well, like this platform right here.
I mean, the tea house is pretty big.
Is all like connected to it? Because you guys keep talking about like multiverse and all this.
Yeah. So if you go back to like the middle of the tea house, there's a fire.
Okay.
Like where you started.
Yeah.
If you click on the fire, it'll take you back to like the main hub of Burning Man in this universe.
Okay.
And then there's like 6 other universes.
This is a trip, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I need some LSD. Like I'd be just getting it. I'd be like walking all over the place, checking people out.
Yeah, you could. That'll definitely be happening by Saturday. I'm sure. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that going on Friday and Saturday.
I'm sure we'll see trippers.
It's like when when hippies meet the tech world, and you just start creating all sorts of wild stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is a trip, to say the least.
Yeah, it's good though, you know, and then this platform itself is something that like is marketable in other contexts, you know, because it just kind of brings a different dimension to online meeting that Zoom.
So this is kind of like the venue, like Burning Man renting out this venue.
Yeah, pretty much. Like we're gonna try and book this room for holiday parties.
Sweet.
For corporate holiday parties, like because everybody's bored of Zoom,
right?
And this is way more fun.
Yeah, it's super bland. Like Zoom's great, don't get me wrong, but it's bland.
It's functional.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I like functional.
This has become every bit as functional and is way more fun.
Well, it's way more social, I feel like. You know, where
yeah, because Paulina can just come in and check and see if she wants to hang out with us. I'm gonna go chase her down. I'll be right
Go
back.
get her. Tell her to come have some tea with us.
the curtain like slowly fades out. And, like, that is wild.
No, and it's
I
cool.
like to see him run away. Like that's great. And you can tell him on my computer. I'm just looking at my little guy. Why am I?
How do you
running?
get the little laptop deal going on?
If you go to a different window, and it like automatically thinks you're not here anymore, and it just like makes you sit and work with your laptop.
So do I like have a laptop now?
Yes, you do.
And now I don't. That's man. You guys are blowing my mind here.
Faith,
I'm trying to get closer to Elise. There we go.
Did you visit the toilets? What happened at the porta potties?
Guys, I found Paulina and Blake.
Hi guys,
they're on a playa date.
Oh, sweet.
Hello.
Paulina, how's Blake doing? Is he having a good playa date?
So Blake is the best playa date, which is why I recalled him for this extra playa adventures. We've been on the playa back in we hung out 16 and 18. So he's my repeat playa date.
Every 2 years.
It's
Literally.
getting serious. It's getting serious, guys.
What happened in the other years?
What was that?
What happens in the other years?
Yeah, Blake, you go ahead and handle that one.
Oh, there's Blake, you're the even numbered playa date, and there's an odd number playa date.
Clearly, that's probably the case. You know, we all have our friends and stuff, like other extracurriculars. It's fine.
You know, scheduling can be hard.
Especially at Burning Man.
Yeah.
I'd say the logistics of this has been like one of the easier ones, no matter what.
Oh, this platform, yeah. This
Yeah.
platform has been fantastic. And this bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam worked really hard building this for us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Super awesome. This is great.
Thank you. Not the platform, just this room.
Just the world.
Well, I mean, regardless.
And you guys could build a world too. Paulina and Blake, if you guys wanted to do a little crafts project together, you can create your own worlds here within the Build-A-Burn. Yeah, you could.
Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, I saw the button to create a world, but I haven't ventured over to it yet.
Yeah, you guys could actually create a world together.
Whoa.
We tried that
Wow.
and failed. So that maybe
They got serious real quick.
You know. We can always use our imaginations, though. That's fine.
Right.
So yeah,
so hello, good people. You're drinking tea.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah. We outside of Burning Man and outside of this tea house, we're very good tea friends, and we do virtual tea meetings every Thursday. Since the pandemic started, we've been doing it for months, and it's called Tea Talks. And so this week we're doing it here. So you guys have just joined in, and it's just casual. We talk about tea, we talk about life, then we talk about tea. You know.
That is so sweet.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm definitely a tea fan myself as well, but I just happened to pick up a beer for tonight, so I should go over and brew me some tea as well.
Oh yeah, you should. You definitely should.
Maybe after the beer. How do you guys know each other?
Through tea.
Just through tea.
I think we all met each other through the tea community.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, through Elise, really. If you really want to give credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the hub.
Elise is a community hub.
Hubba.
Are you guys connected to SF Center SF?
Yeah, actually they've been hosting space here in this tea house this week. Yeah. From the center.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking about moving in with them because they seem awesome people and trying to work out the logistics.
Everybody that I've met there is very awesome. And they've a number of people from there have come in and hung out for a while.
Nice.
Super cool.
So.
Does this just go on forever? Is this the thing?
Yeah, this space is open 24/7.
Oh my god. Like, I'm always butthurt because Elise doesn't go long enough. Getting here all day long. You guys will come back in here and I'll be all like, I'll have a beard as long as Jeremy's and I'll just flat.
You can hang out in here and burners will continue to stumble in and hang out, and then
everybody will slowly wander off, and
then more wander in.
Yeah.
So this is essentially like the virtual version of what you were doing in the first place with Tea Talks.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Like it just fit right together. I mean,
yeah, this is like the latest iteration of the virtual tea house.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of love the dynamic though. It like totally makes sense. It very much vibes with the burner like experience too, because that's what you do. You just wander around and you stumble upon tea houses. And then you like meet wonderful humans, and then you go and wander and do your own thing too again. So like,
and then next thing you know, the sun comes up.
And then you remember reality and stuff, and you're all depressed. And you're like, what have I been doing this whole time?
Oh man. Yeah. So Joe, if you want to use this box anytime this room, this tea house, if you want to use it anytime for a meeting, instead of like using a Zoom room, you can use it here. It's fine.
Would the only downside be that like random burners would show up in the middle of my meeting or what?
Well,
I mean, it could be.
That would happen this week. Yeah.
Or that's the upside, or is that the upside?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It depends on what kind of meeting you're having, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna hop in the shower and I'll be back. I'll be back later.
That's not allowed at Burning Man.
Against the Burning Man rules.
Oh, that's I'm gonna bend them.
So can we just call? We're just gonna rename Faith Sparkle Pony.
Oh my god.
Well, also, if you work enough at Burning Man, you get a shower pod. So, Faith, if you have worked enough, maybe you're just using your shower pod finally. After putting in like 60 hours of dusty, sweaty work.
Oh, okay.
You take your well-earned shower. You deserve it. To you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. For sure. I feel more talkative when I shower. I think that's the thing. I feel like I'm, like a talk more. When you don't shower and all the dirt is crusted to you, you just kind of get stuck, like you're like, oh, And we're online, so, I'm going to use this to my benefit. I'm not on the playa, I'm in this safe little area. Able to walk to my restroom. I'm so sorry. I really like it like this though. This is really cool. I'm really enjoying this. And I want to say thank you to Sam too, and Elise as well for having the tea, and then everyone here that's involved. You know, like this is really fun. You know, I've watched some things on Elise's room when I was over at her house, and people were having like exceptional conversations about, you know, what they're studying on and what they're learning, and that was just brilliant. I was loving that. I absolutely love that. So thank you, anybody who's, you know, willing to introduce us to your world of education or your world of passion and what you enjoy, and that is just, that's righteous. Now I'm going to take a shower. Don't judge me. I'm just going to be back. I'll be back a little later, and then you folks have a lovely time until I see you again. Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Beautiful, Faith. Enjoy.
Where do you guys usually camp?
We're kind of like a little all over. Actually, Paulina and I did a solo like burn, just the two of us last year. So like
18. So 18. We didn't go last year.
Even years.
Even years only. Yeah.
that was pretty
but
dope.
actually, Blake and I ended up going to burn this year. We went to Loughburn and we camped with Costume Cult.
Yeah.
So that was really awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Costume Cult is Loughburn is in Miami, and they did a burn this year in February. So you know, dancing under the stars on a beach while there's fire spinners and, you know, balmy, like 70 degrees on the Miami shore was not a bad experience. It was a good burn to get.
Yeah, it's probably the most posh burn. It's it's rather easy and wonderful, but it's my favorite like intro burn for people because like it has some of the amenities that you don't necessarily get at a lot of burns, like especially the big burn. But at the same time, like you get all the same types of people and stuff, and there's like such great vibes. It's like there's a whole area that's like a family friendly area and more of like body friendly area, and then like you can kind of choose to have whatever experience you want and stuff there, and it's really good. So highly recommended.
Awesome.
What kind of amenities are you talking about?
What kind of what?
Amenities that make it like easy.
Oh, there are like showers.
Whoa.
There are like real bathrooms.
Not like Dr. Bronner's shower.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that too. They did do that as well, and they set it up right on the beach, and it was kind of super awesome because you could go probably dip your toes into the ocean and then like take a nice Dr. Bronner shower. And you, okay, not that we recommend this, but you can have pizza delivered to the gate. That's not a burner thing to do. That's not super cool. If you had to.
Yeah, that's
but it does
totally
come in.
not burner.
Yeah. Did Gerlach never like have a pizza place to deliver pizza to the front gate?
Well, there's so much pizza on the playa. A friend of ours did the Random Acts of Pizza camp, which was fantastic. And I think he would like pick random hours to do like a wood roasted pizza, fresh wood roasted pizza on the playa. And that was really cool. So there's enough pizza on the playa where we don't need to get delivery. But in Miami, it's kind of sweet to be able to get it to the gate. Once in a while. If you worked really, really super hard, it earned it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what you're saying is for instead of just eating grilled cheese for a week, you actually get to eat pizza for a week.
So Loughburn, yes. Well, you can. Loughburn is only 4 days. It's a regional, and regionals are shorter. But it's if you are there working, if you are there putting in the work hours with Department of Public Works or something, or setting up the structures, then you definitely deserve to eat pizza.
Yeah, Paulina, you like stayed for like 2 days prior and after, or what was the?
I arrived a day before and stayed a couple of days after,
Yeah.
which was super awesome.
Working with DPW?
After was a little bit like I'm not cool enough to be with DPW. I was just helping out to take down some of the structures, being manual labor, random manual labor.
Those are very important positions.
Totally.
Yeah. It was fun. It was incredibly fulfilling. And this year there wasn't. There was kind of a wind advisory, and they kind of messed up on the burn itself, where the burn itself didn't happen. So what happened is the day after, or like 2 days after everybody left, DPW came in and they had this crane. So they picked up the temple and they brought it up like 3 stories in the air, and then they dropped it. So that was
Wow.
and then they picked it up again, and then they dropped it, and then they did it once again and dropped it, and then they drove over it in this other type of vehicles a little bit, and it was kind of awesome. And then they burned the pieces, but it was more like temple crush rather than temple.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so cool.
And were they like playing some dubstep with just like the super long build up like right before the drop?
Oh man, should have. Oh, that would have been great.
You
It was like bring your own headphones, but it was a silence. It was really nice. It was super cool.
I like Temple Burn. That's a special time. I feel like I can't remember many times that I've been in like a crowd of people that size, where everybody is actually like super peaceful and quiet, and like normally you get a big group like that and it just like there's a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite quiet and like somber, but also just, peaceful.
Yeah, it was for me. It was a very interesting experience because I was like, my first year at Burning Man when I was able to stay through Temple Burn. That was also like my diving board from leaving full-time employment to like doing stuff for myself.
Nice.
And so like Temple Burn was a really like intense, like cool. This is like the old letting go of the old and preparing for the new and that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting to be in, like I said, to be in a big group of people that are all kind of sharing these like the heaviness of the experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And kind of together releasing maybe some of those, some of the pain or some of the heaviness with the fire, with the flames consuming the temple. Yeah, it's very cathartic. It's incredibly cathartic.
It was also just straight up the biggest fire I had ever seen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just like.
Which temple?
That was 2018. So what was it?
Oh yeah.
That I don't know compared to others, but those flames went very high.
And the spout, like, just coming up the middle, right? Like,
yeah, exactly. It was just like
so
and,
awesome.
and seeing the whole thing like implode.
Yeah,
it is really, really cool.
Did any of y'all watch the Burning Man documentary thing that they came out with just like a couple weeks ago? I forget what it's called, but they featured 2018's Burn, and it was like following the architects of the man and the temple, and it was really, really awesome. I forget the name of it now already, but it was all on the Burning Man website and stuff. So I'm sure you can like find info and stuff on it. It's totally intriguing to watch the whole process of how they built it and designed it, and all the effort that goes into it. Not even just in the design, but like people are building it for the whole week basically, or even longer. And there's just so much that goes into it. It's unreal.
Was that Art on Fire? Was that?
Art
is
Fire,
that?
yes.
Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was thinking that, and then I went to Man on Wire, that documentary about the guy that went on the tightrope between the Twin Towers. He was some like real passionate Frenchman.
Yes.
I think you're right though. Art on Fire.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out this weekend. Thank you.
Yeah, totally. Highly recommend. I initially was like, oh, I don't know if I like how it's going to be in general, but it's like really well produced, and it puts all of the perspective of Burning Man in a really good light. It's clearly made by burners for burners, so it's not the best thing. Great music too. It's all made by a woman named Hannah, who.
Oh, Hannah is part of it?
Yeah, Hannah made.
Oh my freaking god! I have to watch this.
Yeah,
I still
it's
need to
super
watch
interesting.
this.
But I've seen Burning Man several times, and she's incredibly talented. Plays a violin, and then like produces herself live, and so it's like electronic music with violin, and like she sings and has an incredible voice. It's like Celtic almost. It's cool.
Yeah, I'll have to watch this movie now.
Nice. Yeah, I found the post on the Burning Man Journal.
Nice. Nice.
Very good.
Yeah, I didn't.
So I'll make sure to post it on our message board over in the center of the tea house.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Kayla, I saw that you put your the link to your world on that message board. That's cool.
Yeah, that was who suggested that, Sam or
Awesome.
I'm excited. I wanted to have a spot for like friends who jump on Topia this weekend, and we need to like congregate and learn. Like have an entry point.
Yeah, definitely.
The tea house is great for that too, though, because it's just like an in-person tea house.
Yep.
Come in and the conversation is usually great.
It's funny. I was like definitely talking with one of my friends about having a platform where like that's this kind of concept of you walking between groups of people and simulating that type of experience. And I hadn't even heard of this before. So like when we initially tried this out like a couple of days ago, I was like, this is perfect. This is so nice. I love this dynamic, but I'll have to keep it going.
The potential is, we're living the potential in this moment, and it sparked lots of ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Super cool. So when you're creating a world, like, do you sketch the things yourself, or are there like pre-built sketchy things that you like place?
Most of this world is all with assets from the library that they have.
Ah, cool.
But you can upload all of your own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when you create a world, like they either have like system generated stuff, so you can like tell it they have like a few different like nature scenes where it'll just like put trees and cactuses, just kind of like programmatically generate it all.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can start with a white blank canvas.
Nice.
And then you can, if you start with that and you upload all of your own art, then the world could look completely different.
Ah, so cool. Love it.
Have you gone to inflatable wildlife?
Yeah.
I was actually going to take him there.
Okay.
Yeah. Go check
So
out
it's not
inflatable
really a
wildlife.
surprise. We're going to go there and we're going to go look at Easter eggs.
Which is the most perfect burner experience, really. It's like, oh, I want to go over there, and you get distracted by this other wonderful thing over here.
Right?
Never actually make it to that thing, but maybe tomorrow.
But somehow you guys have managed to get here together, and that's not that's the challenge of Burning Man.
Yes. Arriving where you intend with the people you set out with.
Because usually it's the opposite. You arrive somewhere else with different people.
Absolutely. Aww.
So yeah, I mean, it definitely makes me miss quiet, but I'm still having a great time.
I don't know. I feel like I'm still there.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off now, but it was good.
Yeah, good seeing you, Jeremy, and yeah, congratulations on the new beard friend. We love it.
Hi, Jeremy. Thank you and your beard for making our day.
I will definitely look into getting light for next week.
Perfect.
So hopefully by next week I'll have it lit up.
Nice.
Glad you braved the craft store for us.
I'll see you all later.
Oh,
yes,
man.
now since I'm on this, I have to keep going.
Yeah.
Is he gonna walk
Right.
away, or is he gonna just disappear?
It's Jeremy and the beard.
Yeah. He's gonna have to change his pronouns to we.
It should, okay.
We and our.
Yeah, we are.
No, but you really need to. Dan, you really need to figure out how to put the video. If you can.
I can't, but you
That would
probably
be
can.
ideal.
Can you stand on your head?
There's something else for me to research.
Or if you just flip over your laptop and then
I probably could, but it's not worth the try right now. That I think I can do. Okay.
No, I don't know.
You can't get out of the multiverse.
Watching an exit like, why, Jeremy?
I turn it upside down.
Oh, wow.
There we go.
That
Do you want to go check out the inflatable wildlife? Lake.
All right, I got it. I will find a way to get you a picture of this.
Yeah.
I thought this was great.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
I think I'll just mount my laptop upside down next week.
All right, good.
I
Jeremy,
mean,
you're getting resourceful.
that's some true epic right there, my friend.
I like the hair, the crazy gray hair.
All right. Well,
Funny
I'll see you all later.
Yep. See you next week for sure.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, definitely. Bye.
I wonder where you were.
Bye-bye.
He's starting the slow date, not the exit.
Slowly fade away. There we go.
Oh, there he goes.
Elise, I invited Gabriel
Oh, sweet.
Buchanan and my friend Norma. I don't know. Do you and Norma know each other? Norma Ars?
Yeah, I do know Norma. Sweet.
Cool.
She
I
might
thought
not,
so.
She might not recognize me in this form, but I'm
Yeah,
recognize my voice.
The turtle puppet? Is it a turtle?
It's actually a dinosaur, if you
It's
want
a
to be
dinosaur.
accurate. Yeah, but you can call me a turtle if you like.
I'll respect that you're a dinosaur.
Some people say that my kind are extinct, but I'm like, I'm real. I'm right here. Don't you see me?
What does Bitcoin think about the dinosaur?
He can't really see it, which is a good thing. Yeah, because he probably want to tear it up. Like all the other dinosaurs in his life. That's been the nature of his relationship with it. Is like
I'm the
tear
alpha
this thing up to
dinosaur.
pieces.
Who are all the people at your feet listening to you?
I don't know. These are just a bunch of hippies drinking tea.
Is that a picture from like Burning Man from there too?
This is a picture. I literally just downloaded this from a Google search of a tea drinking Burning Man.
That's great.
Yeah.
I can't see it all that well, but
Sam knows the guy with the tank top. But I just love this picture because it's so very pre-COVID.
Yes. Has anyone else had the experience of like watching a movie and seeing something where you're just like cringe, but it's really a very normal thing? Like, well, maybe not normal. Like an example was someone passing like an ice cube to different drinks and multiple people touching the same ice cube like with their mouth, and how I was just like, oh no.
We were watching the movie and they had like a club scene.
Yeah.
And Sam and I just looked at each other like, A, I'm so uncomfortable right now, and B, how are they ever gonna film that? And it's funny because I have some patients in the industry, and I've asked him like, "What are you gonna do in the future?" And he's like, "We're just editing out all club scenes or all scenes like that in movies. We're just like not gonna have them for a long time, or
Wow.
use like stock feed." And it's like, that's got to be a lot of creativity to use stock feed with like superimposed captions of the actors. It's like, you're not going to do a club scene with 1,000 extras anymore.
It's so weird. Like it makes me realize how minimally I am impacted by this because it's pretty normal here. We just got done with the rally and stuff. I was just around like 100,000 people, and like 2 of them were wearing masks. You know, everybody was right up next to each other, and it's just, you know, when you're like, oh, you see that stuff, and then you think of COVID, it's like, it takes quite a bit for me to even remember the whole thing exists, you know? I got to see some people with masks on, or I got to get into my cab van and see the box of masks on the floor, you know? I'm like, oh, yeah, that, okay.
And you're in South Dakota?
Yeah.
Okay. Wild.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Where are you at, Kayla?
Density, you know?
I'm in Eugene, Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with population density. That's what I figured out. You know, people from small areas just aren't affected as much, but people who live where there's lots of people, it's a different situation, and it makes sense too, you know.
Yeah, if I lived in San Francisco or like New York or some big major city,
I mean, Eugene would be massive to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, this is definitely like, you know, not a tiny town, but
right.
Because I feel like we feel it less,
right.
Of course, but not to the degree that you're talking about. Are you like pretty rural then? Like, what's your population that's around you?
So the town that I'm in is like 13,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yeah, that's smaller than my hometown. Okay.
Yeah, and then the nearest towns are all under 5,000.
Wow.
All like within a half an hour or so. And then Rapid City, the biggest town on the western half of South Dakota, is like 85,000.
It's like the population of Burning Man plus a few.
Yeah, I'm like in the middle of literally nowhere, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely a population thing, you know.
Yeah. That totally makes sense.
Have you been in Kayla? Have you been in in Elisa's like virtual tea talks before?
Yeah,
I've joined the like live streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has.
Okay.
Yeah.
I either recognize your face or I could just tell you we're tea people. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
About, like, I was like, this is a tea person. This isn't a burner.
Oh well, yeah.
I mean, you can be both, but
I feel like I'm really not either of those things, though. I appreciate both of them to a degree.
Right.
Like, if you guys were asking me tea questions, like right now, I'm drinking chamomile and ashwagandha tea.
I mean, that's great. That's awesome. I'm an herbalist, so I totally.
Okay, so yeah, there's like an herbal tea and then like a tea.
Yeah, then there's
kind of world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're two totally different things, but they're also the exact same thing, really. So we just don't look at this one like medicine.
Yeah.
It is. So.
Cool.
I mean, really. But there's just a lot more culture around camellias. Like it's one plant with a ton of culture, you know, and it's ancient culture. Whereas like herbalism varies from region to region, you know.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, it's different for every different place. So.
What is that word you used?
Herbalism?
No, to describe like the main branch of tea.
Camellia sinensis.
Elise, is that what your Fungineers were singing about yesterday?
Yeah, they were. They were talking about Camellia sinensis. Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
okay.
It's the scientific name for the tea plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like cannabis versus Blue Dream or something.
Yeah, it would be basically the same thing. Or like Withania somnifera, that's your ashwagandha.
I wish my Wi-Fi was working well enough that I could take you into the yard to show you our plants. They're just started to bud.
Oh, you got like plants. Yeah, I forget you're in Oregon.
Yeah.
I mean, backwoods like 100 years ago, South Dakota. I mean,
yeah.
The pot's not even legal at all.
Would people come hunting for you if you were growing some pot?
Yeah, it's dangerous business around here. Not to say that like 60% of the population doesn't smoke it anyway, but
right.
Is this a cannabis plant or a hemp plant, Kayla?
Or a what plant?
Hemp.
Oh, it's cannabis. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is about the time it should start looking really pretty.
It's like my first time ever growing one.
That's awesome.
Because my first year here, I lived in an apartment. Although I could have probably grown it there, that would have been fine. But yeah, it's going to be really nice to just like harvest my own stash. And I haven't had to purchase marijuana since I've been in Oregon. Because it's just so much abundant.
Yeah, it's very abundant. So
my friends are like, oh, hi, do you want this handful of weed? And I went to Oregon Country Fair, and this old hippie guy that was my campmate, like, he's like, hey, you want some weed? And he gave me like half a gallon baggie.
Oh, wow.
Of like 3 different types that he just pulled out of these jars. And I was like, that's a lot. Like, I could sell this right now. And
yeah.
No, you can't, because everybody's giving it away.
No, I know.
No one will buy it.
But this is like a quantity that I could like buy groceries or something. Like, I don't know. The value seemed enormous to me.
It's gold out here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's got to be trucked in from somewhere.
I still have this screenshot of Jeremy upside down with the googly eyes.
It's great.
On my screen, and it's ridiculous.
I'm watching these screens, and every once in a while I look over and see Jeremy, and it's like, it's Jeremy. That's
Do you guys have multiple screens right now?
Yeah, I've got 2 monitors.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little station.
Yeah, Lisa's got like a whole laboratory of stuff going on.
Well, I knew that Elise had like Instagram and Facebook and Topia and probably all these things I don't even understand.
I didn't understand Topia until an hour ago. So.
Right?
It's pretty easy though.
Yeah, it's super easy.
So user-friendly. I invited my mom. I don't think she's gonna do it, but I was like, it's so easy. Come on.
Just go to this link. We'll see each other.
Yeah, click on this and just fill in your info and come on.
I think the difference is you got to have like a PC or a laptop, you know. So
yeah, you just have to be on PC or laptop and run Chrome.
Right. Yeah, that's the demographic you're pulling in. I know tons of people who don't have either, you know. So they just do all of their interneting from their phone.
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten. I used it on my iPad and it's been okay.
Okay.
That's good.
But it's really like designed for desktop and Chrome.
PC's where it's at anyway. So.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it on a Mac. That's fine. But I'm with you. Don't worry. I'm with you. Kayla, have you been near any of the Portland craziness?
No, I've been down in Eugene. I have a lot of friends who live in Portland, though, and they really emphasize that, like, it's being very amplified by the media. And that, like, I have friends who live downtown, and they keep reiterating, like, the lack of danger they feel
and how it's like very contained and like it's very like important and significant things that are happening, and like they are definitely happening, but it's not like a war zone.
Yeah.
I lives in Portland, and I asked her about it, and she's like, if I didn't see it on the news, I wouldn't even know it was happening.
Yeah.
They're like north, or they're like eastern Portland or something.
So it's in this like, oh, sorry. You were describing where your relative is.
Yeah, she's just like not in the middle of it, and she's like, that's the only way we even know what's going on. But they're not really leaving their house either.
Yeah. Yeah. It's felt intense. I mean, even here in Eugene, there are protests happening daily since George Floyd was murdered. And there was like a business was burned to the ground. There was like a very small riot, but it appeared that like provocateurs from another city came and incited it. And it was like one isolated event. And since then, all the protests and, well, no, that's not true. We did this like solidarity with the Wall of Moms. And my friend went to that, and a person showed up from the far right, I guess, is how he was labeling himself, and shot off a gun. And my friend was like kind of experiencing trauma for a couple days there. But that wasn't organized by BLM or Black Unity. It was a different group of people. And I'm learned through the last several months, like how important it is to really look at who is organizing the protest and what their procedures are and what their intentions are. And like, are you going to be protected? You know, like earlier, someone was talking about the temple burn, right? Like being around that peaceful energy of settled bodies, like protesters who work to create that container have a lot more success.
Right. Well, like, is there a message, or is it just, are they just like trying to raise hell, you know?
Yeah. And here there's like definitely a message for like 80 to 90% of the things that I've seen happening.
Awesome.
But there's definitely like, hey, let's go do this thing. And, you know, the energy is a bit more chaotic and it's not as focused on like, you know, a productive point.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it just reminds me of like when I was a teenager, like if this stuff would have been going on, I'd have been all about it. I would have been breaking stuff and like running around. I had a job, you know. I was already doing that, but there wasn't like a purpose behind it, you know.
Right.
I was a rascal of a teenager, you know.
Smash win. And then like we're in a shutdown, right? So then it's all like, all right, locked it. Like, let's all go out and stand up for this thing where we can feel connected and
right.
let off steam.
Right, and that's the let off steam part, you know, because that's what me and my friends were when we were younger. It was a bunch of teenage boys with a bunch of vitriol and, you know, just pent up energy, and we didn't have anything to do because we grew up in the middle of nowhere, nothing going on. We didn't have anything constructive to do, so it was like run around and like steal stuff from stores and vandalize things, and you know, we were like skateboard punks, you know. So I can just see how like this is kind of an evolution of that, but now it's more publicized, so people know where to go. Like you couldn't find me and my friends, you know what I'm saying? That was before social media, so you
right.
like, oh, there's people going and doing this thing, I'm gonna go join it, you know. But now it's like, oh yeah, let's go let off some steam and go break stuff, and it feels good, and I feel like there's a message or something, you know. And it runs itself out of control, and then the media gets word of it, makes it sound even worse than it is. So,
yeah,
it totally makes sense though.
I read a business post. It was a brewery in Oceanside, Oregon. I don't know where that is. I want to look on the map actually. But anyway, this brewery was warning about a protest that had happened the day before, and it was a bunch of like far right people and multiple people with guns standing out right in front of their pub, and it's so silly that they have to like address that. And the fact that she addressed it, and she made a complaint to like to protect the community, and then she got threatened by them, And she just like had to go public. I don't know if it was a she. I'm sorry, I'm calling it a she. But the business owner had to make this post about, yeah, and it's like, like this is like a friendly little tourist town. You know, why is this having to happen to them?
What was it called? Do you remember?
Oceanside,
Okay.
which is
Yeah.
it's just a small little friggin'.
It's outside of San Diego.
It's not that Oceanside. It's pretty much perpendicular to Portland on the coast, near Tillamook, like on the coast of Tillamook.
Okay.
So just a quaint
Yeah.
little tourist beach town, you know, and they have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And then to get threatened. Oh, it's bad.
Yeah, there was an Antifa presence, or whatever you want to call it. I guess they were labeling it Antifa. There was a protest presence at the rally, and it was like 10 people. And the cops like literally had to protect the protesters because there's a bunch of redneck bikers with guns and stuff. You know what I mean? They were just like, if the bikers would have had to take care of it, it would have been shut down and they'd have been pulling bodies out of there. You know what I mean?
Who were the protesters? They were like defund the police or Black Lives Matter or all of it?
It was more like Black Lives Matter and stuff.
Okay.
And just like it's like kind of anti conservatism, you know. It just, I think it was just honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a local movement of some people that thought they could get their opinion out of there, but really it lasted like 30 minutes and nothing happened, and the cops had to like surround these people so that nothing happened, you know.
Yeah.
But there were no shots fired, there were no punches thrown, there was nothing like that. They hauled everybody out of there. So, but it was bound to happen, you know.
There's so many layers that it's just like trying to process it all.
Right.
It takes a lot of time for me to assimilate all the information, like Antifa and far right, and I was reading a little more deeply about QAnon because I had a friend who was kind of like trying to share that info with me, and I told her like, I don't find this helpful, like please don't send these things to me, and she responded very defensively and had hi.
You found out. Yep. I took a shower and yeah, it was good.
I was like, is this the same person? You had a different name?
Yeah, your name is different. Like,
yeah, it's my name too.
I don't know what that says, but
I think it's German for something about kindness. And I just like foreign languages. I don't know any foreign languages, but I really like them.
I'm kind of the same.
So I should probably learn one, you know?
Kayla was
Did you
about
guys
to
check out the music stage over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla was just about to educate us about something really important, so I want to give her the space back to do that.
Oh, I'm just really disturbed by QAnon and the response that my friend had around me, like just sharing that I'm not into it. And it's like, the more I'm learning about it, the more I'm reading, it's like weaponizing just people. And like people who are just reading things and not researching further. And it's happening in like all different realms of all different topics, but like the way
if you don't care, you're a huge piece of shit, basically.
If what?
If you don't care, you're a huge piece of shit, basically.
Yeah, and I brought it up to her when I was just visiting home, and it was like she was denying her association with this organization. I think she was worried about like government surveillance as I was texting her.
Oh, wow.
And she kind of just like avoided and denied like the things I was saying, like I want to see you, and also like I'm not gonna ignore this. I think QAnon's harmful, and I don't feel like I have the energy to like show up with you and be present for the kind of conversation that's gonna be. But like I'm not willing to just hang out with you and pretend like everything's okay. Yeah, that didn't feel super good. And I was disturbed by just
QAnon.
Yeah, I totally understand the feeling of overwhelm, of just kind of everything going on. Alan Watts has this quote. He says it's something like, in a world of chaos, sometimes the best thing we can do is to sit back and do nothing. And that doesn't mean like passively let people do awful things, but it just means not stoke the flame. Don't jump into the conversation when it's not necessary, things like that. The best you can do is kind of just observe. It's like meditation, but put into your real life. So you're not actually interacting with all this stuff that's going on. You're just watching it happen, So that's kind of how I try and approach things. It's like only get involved when it's obvious that I should be involved, not just because my emotions tell me to like, oh, I need to be right, or oh, I should stand up for this thing.
Like when there's maybe space for it to be received.
What's
and
that?
like where there's maybe space for the energy or the topic to be received,
right?
And channeling our energy into that purpose, but otherwise just like pouring it against the wall and draining it all out, like.
Right. Well, it just happens in every volatile situation. The emotion comes up first and has to work itself out before.
Is somebody like put on the glasses right now? Is this the fight scene and They Live that I'm hearing? Are there like dumpsters and?
I think Faith is somewhere that's very noisy.
I feel like that's a key thing to this platform is like background noise.
I'm sorry. She did it! Consume, obey.
Straight up. That's hilarious.
I have a good, well, I have a friend. I don't necessarily know if I would call him a good one at this point, but he's like very into kind of far right wing politics, and he's very well read in them, and it's to the point that like I don't feel like there's a conversation with him. I can get the lecture, and if I'm willing to listen to what he has to say and take what he has to say as gospel, then it's great.
Yeah.
But if not, then like there's no interaction, and it's like I can't have an interaction with him that is not about politics. And that's honestly very frustrating. And like when I express it to him, he's like, yeah, well, you just like to have your head in the sand. And it's like, okay. And at that point, I just like stop talking.
That's the best thing you can do, and not hold it against him.
No.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh, you're stupid, and then just do the exact same thing he's doing.
Right.
You just have to be like, hey, if I got no room to be a part of this, then I ain't got no room to be a part of this. And you step off,
Right. So it's unfortunate because I try very hard to maintain dialogue with people that I don't necessarily share beliefs with. That like it's okay for us to disagree and have it's okay for us to look at things differently. And that's how I can grow, by seeing the way other people that I might not agree with understand. Right. It also like I appreciate being challenged because it helps me to further clarify my beliefs.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's like I feel like Elise will agree with this big time, but that's the importance of diversity rather than homogeny. People are trying to homogenize the conversation and being like, oh, it's all got to be this way, and there's got to be one way of doing everything, and da da da. But that's not what makes for a healthy environment, for a healthy ecosystem. And that's what happens if you're not having the conversation that everybody else is having. Then it's somebody's trying to cancel you essentially. But really, diversity is healthy. It's absolutely essential for us to all think differently in some way, shape, or form. So
That's true.
yeah, I feel like me and you have had that conversation about diversity several times. So.
Yeah, we can have it again and again and again. It's okay.
Yes, it never gets old either.
Yeah.
Hey, on that note, that reminds me of something. You've been talking about the whole, like, what is it, like, the what do you call that? The
Hospitality, dignified hospitality.
dignified hospitality. There we go.
Yeah.
So one of the messages that you've been talking there is like street food. For one. And one day that just blew my mind, and I actually understood what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, like that would be such an impactful thing for us to actually be able to do. It's just so hard. I vend constantly, and it's not like I can just go set up my stuff and go do whatever I want. I have to have permits and pay money and all this extra stuff and all these hoops and this and that in order to even be able to do it. You know, food trucks are almost like harassed, especially around here. But having that like street food and that opportunity for people to do what they love to do, just going out and doing it that would make a huge impact on our society.
It would. Yeah, it would. And not like anybody is gonna like freaking build empires or anything, but like they're gonna do what they love, and they're gonna feed their local community, and their local community is gonna be stoked because they can affordably, get access to good food. I shared.
I go buy it for $2.
Yeah, I shared I always share street food videos, because I just think it's so cool, like street food porn. And I shared one yesterday of these guys making these fried cakes with like lentil soup on top. It was just such a bowl of sustenance, but like the quantities that they were cooking was like enough to feed like 500 people every 30 minutes, Right. And it's just like incredible. And they were selling a bowl of it for like 70 cents. It was like equivalent to like 70 cents. So, not that all street food is going to manifest that way. Some of it will be fancier. Some of it, it's depending on the context and depending on the culture of people that are consuming that food. But yeah, my friend Gita, I always talk about her story. She's going to come on one week when her schedule opens up. But I know her from Hawaii. And I was just like reading one of her articles, and her idea is that the education needs to be diversified. And then this is something cool that we can talk across the board, all education, that like culturally sensitive education. So yeah, people aren't just learning the whitewashed version, and like right. In culinary school, it's all like French cuisine, which is great.
Right.
Someone wants to
learn
French.
I heard you talking about that.
Yeah.
Like how every French.
Yeah. So that's
French is awesome. French food is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So is Chinese food.
But somebody that's gonna want to become an entrepreneur and provide sustenance to their local community would be better served to be learning, how to apply their cultural context to the business of food versus just
right.
You're going to learn how to become a French chef, and then you're just going to be in this line, and your idea of success is like getting to the top level of this type of cuisine, which is, very exclusive. And it's going to become even more exclusive, right? We've been talking about this since the pandemic started, that things are going to become like really expensive, and they're going to become like really high value. So yeah, the same thing's going to happen in hospitality. So I liked her perspective because it's like, yeah, that's true. Like where you get educated, like where you're young. I don't know. Faith and I we've been talking a lot about this lately. I'm going to unmute her in her loud environment.
when you mute people, we all mute each other individually.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you guys have. So she muted.
You're too far away, Sam.
She can mute herself by clicking on her video, or we can mute her individually.
I see.
She's just got stuff in her face anyway. She's good.
Yeah, so like when I don't want to listen to Elise talk, I just hit the mute button and then it's quiet.
Got fired.
I love watching you laugh, Elise. It makes me happy.
And you see the dinosaur like whipping her hair back and forth.
She's a very sassy dinosaur, if you didn't notice.
I want to set up my cam like that. Can I be coming like a something? Like a
You need some software. That's not.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's a little.
I think I got emailed some.
You got emailed some. No, yeah, they sent it. They sent it in the mail. Do you remember those AOL discs that would get sent in the mail?
Oh my gosh.
The internet would get sent to you over and over again in the mail. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't know what made me think about that, but jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're safe, but you don't get to eat.
I was wondering about that because I just kept muting Faith.
Yeah, I've been keeping her muted as well.
No.
But it's mostly just because wherever her microphone's picking up a lot of ambient sound.
Her video games, yeah. What?
You put in earbuds.
All right. But now
So-
she's muted herself, so.
Tractor, tree, marijuana plant.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're having fun.
It's good times.
So there's like no way of knowing if anybody else is on here, though, huh?
If you'll see arrows pop up
Mm-hmm.
around the edges when other people pop into the room.
Right. But like as far as like the homies, or let's say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no like friend list or anything like that. No.
Right. Like I can't tell if you or Elise are on here.
No.
Not that I wouldn't come hang out by myself. It's just like I have to like wander around and maybe randomly find you, sort of thing.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
probably going to be on there.
if you pop into this link, you can zoom out. So like use control minus sign. Will zoom all the way out, and then you can like see if there's anybody else on the map to like go over and say hi.
Right. Looks like we're the only ones in here, though.
Yeah, we're the only ones in here at the moment. The Reverbius stream is still happening, but
Yeah, I'm
I'll
really
let-
excited to put myself up somewhere here in the room and trip people out. Like, start talking to me.
Jumps out of a fucking dinosaur chilling. Oh, man.
No, I'm gonna play like past live streams, and I'm just gonna like make a playlist on YouTube to play endlessly, and then stream that to my avatar here. So when people
That's great.
come up to me, they'll be hearing me talk and feeling like it's live. But then, yeah.
They'll eventually notice that it's not syncing up, and they're like, "What the hell?"
and you'll just ignore their questions.
Yeah.
And they'll like wonder, how come I never get to talk?
Oh no! Get this stupid dinosaur! I'm out of here. That's funny.
Oh, that's interesting. I could do that, Sam. I could totally make my dinosaur and just use the audio from the live streams and just have the dinosaur play with all the hippies. It's just there all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you should. You could honestly, like, if you just record like even a couple like really simple tea lessons and put them on repeat, like let them just be like 2 to 5 minute videos or something
Yeah.
with the dinosaur, and then we could just post it up in one of the tea rooms.
Yeah.
You need like another avatar that'll sit there acting like it's listening or something.
It's not its head.
People think it's like a real conversation going on, but really it'll just be this endless loop, and they'll
Yeah, we just do it with bots.
Yeah.
It's not its head, and every once in a while I say, that's a really good point.
yeah. Like, oh wow, I didn't know that.
I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to share this with me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I didn't even take any acid. What's going on?
What do you mean I look like a dinosaur? That was a strong hit.
Why did you mute me? That would be my my making. Unmute me, please.
Wait, I look like a dinosaur? You're the dinosaur.
Just live stream a random argument in one of these rooms. Two people are all yelling at each other.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, Elise, you should just go around and run into people and then deny that you're a dinosaur and accuse them of being dinosaurs.
You're a dinosaur. That is rude.
How dare you judge me? I am an individual.
I find the term dinosaur condescending and diminutive.
I should put some burner attire on my character.
You could get all sorts of crazy.
I mean,
sure.
what does that mean?
Well, I mean, Jeremy, look what he did.
You need the beard and lights.
Yeah, so you need like a fur coat.
This is like CGI. I can do whatever I want, right? So.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah. Just put a beard with ornaments on it.
There you go. Beard with some googly eyes.
Yeah. Googly eyes for the win all the time.
Yes.
I was in a room with a woman who had two big ones on her fridge today, and it looked like a Brave Little Toaster, like refrigerator. It was amazing.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go process some passion flower. So.
Cool,
How do you
man.
process
Hey, thanks for
passion flower?
dropping in. This was cool. This was so cool.
Strip it off the vine and dry it out. My buddy grows it, and a lot of it. I have like this ginormous like bush of passion flower vine that I have to go through and dry out so that I can sell it in my teas.
And what do you do with your ginormous bush?
Oh, dear.
Trim it.
Oh man, grind it up and sell
Is
it.
this tea culture banter right now that I'm hearing?
But no, like really, how does it fit into a blend?
We put specifically where we use it right now is in our slumber blend. So it's a bunch of sedative herbs. It's got cedar tips, California poppy, passion flower, peppermint, and chamomile. And
I'm
so
sure
that's
if you
kind of
put
what our
coffee in tea, people will definitely get relaxed.
Yeah, now that's opium poppy, not California poppy.
I didn't know there was a difference.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. Yeah, one's completely illegal in the United States.
And one's from California.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, they don't create the same chemical. They are both sedative, but one is a little bit more sedative, to say the least. So, but yeah, we process the passion flower and make it into tea, sell it. So that's my job for the night, and to go test out some lavender and see what we like, see what we want to order. So,
That sounds like a great day.
yeah, that's. And maybe have some more tea and pop back in here and see who's cooking. So.
Yeah. Hey, come back all the rest of the week. Sam and I or several other people are here, just hanging out. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I got the tea house link bookmarked, so I will probably pop in several times throughout the week.
Awesome.
Are you planning on doing the virtual tea parties through here continually, or what?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could see my vision for this space is that it's a social network hub for tea community.
Awesome.
Always.
Awesome.
So that if we have enough people that like just randomly pop in, then there's always somebody. You're always finding somebody to drink tea with.
Right, and maybe
it's just a matter of like growing the user base.
Yeah, it's not just us. It's not just the tea-lit homies.
Yeah, it's lots of people. But so what I'll probably be doing in my streaming is I'll just be here in addition to being everywhere else, right?
Yeah, be all the places.
Yeah, and then you know, if people want to join, I mean, I have my Zoom room, but I might get rid of Zoom and just use this, you know, because
That was mostly what I was asking. Are you like, are you even going to keep doing Zoom, or because I feel like this is almost easier?
Yeah, I feel like it's easier too. Yeah,
So as long as people know how to navigate to find you, you know.
Well, the trick is just to be next to the fire, because then when people drop in, they're usually right there, you know. So.
But then it's disorienting because they're popping into the middle of a conversation.
Yeah.
So the real trick is to teach people how to use the world button on the left side, where you can we can schedule events, and then you can click go to, and your topi will automatically walk to it.
I did that, and it wouldn't take me all the way over here.
Well, we're definitely not where the Tea Talks event is scheduled. We're not at the right spot.
Okay, so that's what was going on, is it was taking me to the wrong spot.
Yeah, it was taking you to the purple room, and we're definitely not in the purple room at the moment.
So that's where you should be, anyway.
Yeah, that's where we should be, but we started over by the fire and ended up over here. And that's Burning Man for you.
Sweet. Yeah, in a nutshell. There you go.
We're supposed to be over there. We started over there, and we ended up here.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, guys. I'm peacing out.
See ya.
Alrighty,
have a good night.
Have a good rest of your night.
Bye.
Faith, you're looking so fancy now.
Yeah. I know. I thought I would upgrade, you know, join in on the attire that you were speaking of, and I feel good, you know. I feel official now.
I feel like.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I don't know how to do those.
We have someone.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on here?
Oh, we're just having a nice
tea
chat.
party.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's going on with you?
I don't know. I feel like I need a tea.
Yeah, Sam, can you hook him up?
Yeah, I can make him a cup right now.
Aw.
So nice.
Sam
You got your cup with you?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
There's a little bit in it, so I'm gonna drink it first.
Yeah,
All right.
clear it out. What did you put alcohol into that bottle already?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Nice.
Hold it up.
You're gonna miss it. It's gonna drop on the ground. Oh, it's getting all over the carpet. Oh,
There we go.
Oh.
You got it.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Very good. Sam, I learned a very important thing just there with the create event. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
That's cool. I'm blown away by this platform.
Yeah, they've made so many improvements in the last 4 or 5 days alone.
Wow.
It's insane.
Wow.
And it's a team of 4 people.
Wow.
They're doing a very good job.
3 coders and an artist. And they are
amazing. I mean, obviously everything about it is amazing. So great job to those guys.
Yeah.
Are they friends of yours? Or?
Yeah, they're members of a community that I'm a part of called Citizens of One.
Where are you guys based?
I'm in LA. A lot of our community is in LA, but we're also kind of all over the place. I think a lot of the Topia team is in the Bay Area. What about you?
Bay Area as well, in San Francisco.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I'm in Eugene, Oregon.
Nice.
I'm in Las Vegas, as well as Faith, or how do you say that? Say Frunlich? Yeah.
Say Frunlich.
Nailed it.
Yeah, we're both in Vegas. Yeah. I just realized I had a durian smoothie here the whole time at my table right next to me. And I totally, like, was so hungry. And, like, for the past, like, hour and a half, I've just been thinking about food, you know? And, you know, I'm trying to have conversations with you guys, but I'm just, like, thinking about food. But I found this durian shake, and it's, like, a lifesaver. And I'm so grateful for it because it's so satisfying, you know?
You found a durian shake in Las Vegas?
I did. Yeah. My buddy's birthday was the other day, and we did hot pot and durian. I had the whole fruit. Faith was there.
Wow.
Say Frunlik was there, and we used a kukri to open it, and we ate the fruit. My goal was to eat that whole fruit, like right there in that sitting, and like get high from it, you know. But I ate 3 pieces, and then Faith had 2. You had 2, Faith, or 1, 2. And birthday boy, he couldn't even finish 1. I had to finish his other one, his one. He didn't like it. But had some leftover, and I made a smoothie this morning, which, you know, I like came into my office or came to my tea table like all flustered this morning because I had to do that class, and I left it to the side and forgot about it.
And you remembered right now.
Well, I saw it. Like, I totally, like, just wasn't paying attention to that side of my desk all day long, like, thinking about food for the last hour and a half. And then Joe had me talking about street food, too, you know, like, ugh. But, it was so funny because the blender, you know, I finished out the blender, and, it's pretty thick, the shake, because it was like it was the durian fruit, the whole apple, frozen banana, yogurt, cream, and that Taiwanese plum juice. It's like that smoky plum, the haw fruit. And I put that all in the blender, and I let Bitcoin lick all the stuff that stuck to the side of the blender. And he went at it for like 30 minutes, and he cleaned it out pretty good. So I was pretty happy about that. But then when I was driving to work, I saw that he had like all this durian all over his face, like his head and his neck, his throat. It's pretty funny. So he's probably smelling like durian now. Kinder Bueno, Bitcoin is my dog. He's like a little Chihuahua dog.
When I tried durian, to me, the best description I had was like a cheese apple.
That's a good description.
Like apple cheese. It was kind of sweet, but it was just like oily and viscous and like thick. I don't know. It's delicious though. I like it more in smoothies.
Yeah, it's perfect in smoothies. It's also good in like baked goods. But yeah, I don't think it works that way. Like the frozen, because like all durian that comes into the United States has to be frozen. And so I think once it's frozen, it loses its magic. You know, it can still taste good. But like the smell even, right? Because it wasn't even that stinky when we cut it open. It was totally not stinky, and that should be so stinky if you know you cut a whole one open. But I think when they freeze it, it probably loses a lot.
Yeah.
I think I need to stand up and go stretch my legs and just kind of be away from screens for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say goodbye, but thank you guys for all hanging out for awesome time and continue to do so in my absence. No reason not to.
Sure. Yeah, I think
But-
I'm gonna go too. This is a good stop point. We did 3 hours, Sam, today.
We did 3-hour tea talks today. It's a good session.
Yeah,
Wow.
great session.
And it was only hang on. It was only an hour and a half ago that Sohan said he'll pop in a little bit.
Oh. Maybe he tried to come in.
I don't know. He didn't text me.
Oh, okay.
But I will see you guys all probably again a little later tonight. I'm sure I'll end up popping back in because I always do.
Yay.
Have a good one. Good to see you, Seifenlich. Nice to meet you, Kinder Bueno.